Good evening, everyone. It's good to see you all. I wanted to just spend a couple minutes speaking about meditation, as I often do. And one of the things that I've noticed about meditation is so often we are taught in the beginning, to go inward and take the seat of the witness and witness what is flowing through your mind. So you witness your thoughts, you witness your emotions, you witness sensations in your body. And through this practice, it helps you to develop the sense of you as awareness. And then there's the contents of your mind. But when people practice in this way, oftentimes they spend so much time and energy as trying to be the witness. And they get comfortable being the witness, just witnessing what's arising, the coming and goings. And in a real sense, this can become, just like sitting on the couch watching TV. You kind of become semi-enamored with what's flowing on the TV or flowing through your mind. And then re-identification occurs, with the mind. You get kind of sucked back into the story, the character, the little me. But another type of practice is for you to sit as the witness and to witness the witnessing. And so instead of focusing on the contents that are arising within you, I'm inviting you to meditate on you, on what you are. And so having awareness and becoming aware of awareness. A different way, that a poetic way of saying this is to become aware of the sound of silence. And to notice, that which is silent and that which is aware is one and the same. Is one and the same. And I've spoken a lot in the last couple weeks with this phrase of, which God do you worship? Which God? So do you worship, you worship a God through giving God your time and attention. And so if you're a human being, the God that almost every human being on planet Earth worships is their own mind. They give their full attention to their own thinking mind, to their own thoughts, their own story, their own judgments, their own feelings, their own identity. And they're so in love with this God, they've merged into it. But I'm going to invite you to worship the God of silence. And as you worship the God of silence, you realize, oh, I am one with the silence. Christ taught a similar thing. That's why he could say, the Father and I are one. Because he fell so deeply in love with God. If he fell in love with his own human character, well, then he would just be an egomaniac like most other humans on planet Earth. And so, which God do you worship? And that's what we practice in meditation. Are we simply re-identifying again and again and again Or are we witnessing the character again and again and again, which is a subtle distinction? Or can you fall in love with the peace, the spaciousness, and the freedom, which is your very own self? And so if you haven't already, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. And right away, you may notice, some thoughts floating through your consciousness. Am I doing it right? Do I understand what he's saying? Am I comfortable? Am I not comfortable? Is my posture right? Maybe some busyness about the day. But I invite you just to put that all aside. And can you join me in hearing the sound of silence? Giving your body permission to melt into the silence. Give the thinking mind permission to not be so important, just to give it a rest. So let's together breathe deeply and fully. And give it a rest, the human self. Give it a rest. There's been so much politics this week, expressiveness. Can we give it a rest? And with each breath, just giving yourself permission to melt. Softening in the body. Even gently smiling. Smiling at this opportunity to go on vacation. Give your human self permission to go on vacation. Just give it a rest. melting into the sound of silence. Being held in the silence. And giving yourself permission to expand in this space of silence. No one is forcing you to be a small, limited, egoically entrapped human being. You have full permission to allow your consciousness to explode, to spread out. Into the space of silence that you are. And I invite you just to gently scan your body and just notice, are there any places within you which are holding back, which are resistant, which are fighting with this moment? Are there any places within you that feel cold or numb or divorced or outside of this radiant silence? And if so, can you melt there? Can you let the silence in? This space is inclusive, radically inclusive. Silence is like the night sky, it embraces everything. It's eternally present. It's immeasurable, ineffable. And so I invite everyone just to soften more fully, especially in the lower parts of the body, the throat chakra, space of the heart, the torso, solar plexus, pelvis, the legs and the feet, the arms and the hands. In the most compassionate way, just scanning over the body and smiling at your body, saying, I welcome you into the space of silence. I welcome you, body, and all that you hold, all the tension and cellular memories, the heartache, despair, confusion, excitement, frustration of being human. It's welcome to unravel, to release, to be supported, to be held, to be loved, to be nurtured. Like a newborn child in the arms of a loving mother. Held in silence. And just noticing how the body responds to being held, to being nurtured. And as we open in this way, we begin to see the body is not a problem. It's not an obstacle, but rather the very nature of the body is also silence. You feel into the bottoms of your feet, your legs. You'll see, you begin to experience how silent your body is. It's only the mind that complains. The beautiful thing about silence is there's space too for that. Space for it all. Awareness, silence, one and the same. Radically inclusive. So breathing, feeling, opening into this radical inclusivity. So as we begin to more fully deepen and soften, you may notice the God of silence becoming more full, more radiant. Was supercharged with luminosity. And so, can you surrender more deeply into what's here? More deeply. Can you melt any human attachments to being small, to being egoically identified? Let yourself explode open to the immensity of your being. and just scanning the body. Am I awake? Am I aware? From the crown chakra down into the earth itself. Am I awake and aware, alive, from head to toe? Notice how your experience begins to become more alive, more alive, as you invite every door of your consciousness to be open. And of course, again, if there's any place that's tight, that's tense, that's fighting, that's numb, that's shut down, can you simply relax there, soften there? Just invite that area to be held in this space of love and nurturing silence. And so noticing your energetic experience, coming alive with the awakening of the 7 chakra centers, perhaps even feeling a gentle stream of bliss flowing through the spine, the nervous system. Let God show you you're a multi-dimensional being. Vast, spacious silence. Radiant heart space. Brilliant luminosity. This quiet, gentle, rooted depth of being. And as the energy begins to intensify, you may notice more sensations, or perhaps even feeling a little bit overwhelmed. So smile, trust. We're opening to grace here, opening to the fullness of experience. Breathing, feeling, opening. open-heartedly receiving this moment. Gently smiling inwardly at how fortunate we are to sit, to open to the sound of silence, and be eternally held, blessed, loved, and flooded with light. Jaya Skanda, warrior of light. Jaya Jaya, we welcome you into our hearts, to our beings. Jaya Skanda, who leads the forces of light. We welcome you. Come into our hearts, overwhelm us with your grace, your light, your love. So the energy is becoming quite bright. If it's making any of you or any place within you uncomfortable, they breathe, feel, smile. We're surrendering into God, into grace, into light. What you are is so much more than a limited human being. Om Jaya Jaya, Bhagavan, Sri Skanda. We welcome you. Om Jaya Jaya Sri Skanda Bhagavan Namo Bhagavate. Om Jaya Jaya Bhagavan Sri Skanda Namo Bhagavate. Give up all resistance. Surrender to what's here. This light, this love, this grace is here for you this evening. You are the silence, the innocence, the freedom. Let this silence, innocence, and freedom be flooded. Flooded with grace. Let your human self be healed, loved, supported, nurtured. Let your Buddha nature come more fully into the light. Om Namo Bhagavan Sri Skanda. Namo Namaha. Show us the way, transform us from the inside out. Again, check in with the belly. Can you relax, let go? The belly, the pelvic floor. Surrender, surrender, surrender. The fullness of what's here. Breathing, feeling, opening. Experiencing the depth of being. Om Namo Bhagavan Sri Skanda. Namo Namaha. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Jyoti Shanti. I surrender all. This immense space, I surrender all. Nothing needs to be held back. Surrender yourself fully, completely to the fullness of what's here. Jaya Skanda. Jaya Jaya. So I invite you all to bring your awareness to your hearts and allow this light to shine outward to your communities, especially blessing those struggling with oppression, blessing both the oppressor and the oppressed, blessing a world in crisis, blessing a world on fire, inviting healing, reconciliation, and harmony for all of humanity, for all of the creatures that walk this earth, and for the planet itself. May light shine and bless all beings in all directions, all dimensions, without exception. And so I invite you all just to gently open your eyes. What a great way to spend the evening, the morning, those of you in Australia. It's nice to be here with you all. I see a couple of new faces in the room, so welcome. Welcome to you, Jacob and Matthew. Yeah. And Surya and whoever else I'm missing this evening, welcome. You're welcome to come again. Please join us. Please join us. And so I felt a real special blessing from Skanda. Skanda in the yogic tradition is the general of light. My teacher, David, and his teacher, Hilda, had a deep and profound connection with Skanda. And I just felt such a blessing come this evening. So I hope you all felt as much light and grace as I am feeling right now. Feeling a little overwhelmed by it. So, but it's good. It's good to be overwhelmed by light. Especially, it seems like the whole world's being overwhelmed with trauma and riots and viruses and global warming and all the craziness, everything. It's nice to be overwhelmed by light. Know that there's another way. So It's nice to see you all, and I invite each of you just to kind of scan the room and to look into each other's eyes to see, the goddesses, the gods, the masters, the light beings, within the Sangha. So take good care of y'all. Have a wonderful night, and bye for now.